Jesus said to his disciples, "Do not let your hearts be troubled. You have faith in God. Have faith also in me. In my Father's house there are many dwelling places. If there were not, would I have told you that I'm going to prepare a place for you? And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come back again and take you to myself, so that where I am, you also may be. Where I am going, you know the way." Thomas said to him, "Master, we do not know where you are going. How can we know the way?" Jesus said to him, "I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." The Gospel of the Lord. Please be seated. Again, I express my deep condolences to the family, so many friends, to his Marine brothers, and many others who loved him dearly. Dr. Elizabeth Kubler-Ross wrote a groundbreaking book years ago called Death and Dying. It grew out of her work with the terminally ill. She commented on their feelings, those people who were dying, about life as they looked back at the moment of their death. They saw in the final analysis that there were only two things that mattered in all of life. First is the service that you render to other people. The second is the way you love other people, the way that you love. All things that we think are so important, like fame, like money, like prestige and power, all those don't mean a thing when you come to the end of your life. As we struggle with losing a young man, as we think about all the things that he could have done, the way that he could have shared his life, the way that he did share his life in so many ways, we see that Joey got the one thing right that was the most important, the two things really that I just talked about. He served other people well, and he loved all of you. He loved you dearly. And that, in the final analysis, is enough. In the gospel, the disciples are so confused. They're worried. Jesus had died and he rose again. They got him back for just a while, and now he's telling them he's going to leave them again. And they're just beyond themselves with grief. And he tells them he's going back to his Father. They don't know what that means. What are you talking about? Stay here with us. And he tells them that they know the way to the Father. And the Apostle Thomas says, "We don't know where you're going. How can we know the way?" He speaks for all of us, really. And he tells his friends that he's the way, that Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. What is that way? It's the way of selfless love. It's service of your brothers and sisters. That is the way. The same things that Elizabeth Kubler-Ross talked about, that people care about at the end of their lives. As I shared with Joey's mother, his father and stepmother only a couple of days ago, I learned how Joey lived his life with love and service to his fellow man. Joey worked for Casey Moving Systems. He was doing well. He was a go-getter. People knew that he would get the job done and do it quickly and well. And he liked his job, but he didn't want to lose contact with the U.S. Marines. He had served for 5 years, and he would soon be going back to active duty. In fact, he would be in active duty right now. He was a proud Marine, and he worked hard to be one of the few, the proud. As a Lance Corporal, we knew that he did it well. He lit up a room every time he walked in to visit his family, his friends, and his Marine buddies. He could talk up a storm. People felt and they knew that he cared about them and that he wanted to share his stories. He had a lot to share. He had that infectious laugh that really drew you in, that made you feel part of his life. And he brought joy to other people every time they were with him. He was happy. He was outgoing. He liked four-wheeling and camping and biking and hanging out with his friends. As you can see around you, he had many friends. Many Marines here today are a testament to the kind of dear friend that he was. And they said these things about him. He was one of the most loved human beings I have ever met. You were my best friend. I just wish that I could tell you I love you one last time. They said all those things and more. You can tell that Joey, by living his life, had the awareness of what really matters. Serving others without regard to the cost and loving them. His mother looks at those images of Joey walking in and out of the house that she captured on that video camera. He always had his usual flair, coming in and coming out. How he shared so much with his brother Dominic and his beloved family members. Joey wanted you to know that you were loved, that you were special to him. It's time to look beyond the casket. It's time to see the glory that every human being is called to. The glory that was revealed in Joey's baptism and confirmation right here at Sacred Heart Church. Now his baptism into his death, to live with the Lord in eternity. God calls every one of us to have a little bit more of the awareness of the need to love, of the need to serve our brothers and sisters, the need to be there for them, especially when they need us most. And I will tell you, the family needs you right now. They need your support. They need your love. God calls every one of us to know that we're one day going to be called before the Lord. Can we say that we have truly loved and that we've served our brothers and sisters? If we can, the kingdom will be open to us, be welcomed in, and we can live with the Lord for eternity.